Hey everybody, the Zeal Brothers here once again with another video. This one is about the media, and I'm going to bring together two stories that may appear to be unrelated. The first one is that Virginia schools are trying to get rid of books that have sexuality in them, and then the other one is the Aaron Rodgers situation. Now, these two issues are related in a similar way, and let me just show you how. The first one is the Aaron Rodgers situation. And the editorial that is written about the Aaron Rodgers situation says Aaron Rodgers isn't the first big name Wisconsin anti-vaccine voice. And the article goes on to show and basically advocates for the media to try to shut people down who disagree with the vaccines. And then it goes on to relate a long story that happened around 1900, where this guy who was against vaccines went around spreading the disease and trying to prove the fact that vaccines spread disease themselves. So this was something, when you look at that story, it's ridiculous on its face because first off, they tie Aaron Rodgers into a history of Wisconsin, which other than playing for the Packers, he's not really a Wisconsin guy. He's a California guy. So that's the first one. The first thing is this tenuous connection with Aaron Rodgers with this history of Wisconsin thought, which you cannot connect, right? The second thing that is bad about this article is that it presumes that a media response to people like Aaron Rodgers should be harsher. In other words, what they want to do is crack down on thought. And then that is the very first article, and I'll put a link for that in the description. But the second one is a little bit more troubling, and this one is about the Virginia School Board. And when they are all they're trying to do is remove very sexual material in school libraries. Now, if you are a person who doesn't know a lot about this, you may think that what we're talking about is boy meets girl and kisses her in the story, and parents are going all crazy about that. But that's not what the kind of books that are getting banned. The kind of books that are getting banned are books that show sexual things and encourage very graphic sexual situations. And the point is the way the media, and look, I'm just going to read the headline because it will then tell you what my problem is. It says Virginia school board members call for books to be burned amid GOP's campaign against schools teaching about race and sexuality. And then it goes into a history about how bad book burning is. Both of these articles have this in common. They take a situation and they take a point of view. Now, one is an editorial, so that's more okay. The other one tries to have a neutral stance. But both of them take a situation, try to create a tenuous connection to something that is indefensible without making that connection secure. In other words, what they do is they set up a straw man. The only difference between this and a straw man is that the situations that they paralyze, they create are actual real historical events, right? So in the Virginia banning these books, they say people want to burn these books because some person said, man, these books would be better off burned. So they, oh no, they're encouraging people to burn books. Remember what happened when people burn books? And then they go into this long dissertation of the history of burning books. Aaron Rodgers against the vaccine. There was once another guy in Wisconsin who also was against vaccine, and he did all this horrible stuff. And so the whole article is about all the horrible stuff this dude did. These are disingenuous arguments, both of them. But this is the kind of biases that you will see if you examine the media. Oftentimes they will report things and they have an obvious slant. And as a man or as a Christian, you should beware whenever you read these media reports, because you need to be careful because they do not come at it from a neutral perspective. Oftentimes when you read an article, they already have reached a conclusion. They are not investigating. They are not reporting anything. They are simply trying to find facts that align with what they already think. And that should be the opposite of reporting is. A reporter should not go into a situation picking a side. A reporter should be going into a situation to find out what happened, but that's not what they do. And that's why the media is not to be trusted. Because when we look at our little school books and our textbooks and we read about what a media is supposed to be like, it's not what we see today. We have a very partisan media, a very anti-Christian, anti-man, anti-traditional media. And you need to be aware of them. Now, we still going to need them in some senses, and that's the troubling part. because they start to sneak things in because they know people need them for some news. But you have to be aware of their insidiousness and their deceptive nature because they're always trying to slip something in.